Now comes the dreaded time. Who will ask the first question?
Ay, sir, yung solo nyo kanina, paano nyo nagawa yun na magsama sa amin? Paano nyo na?
Oh.
Kasi napasok nyo pati yung solo ng awit ng matatalit.
Okay, so ang magandang thing about music, when you write music, ang copyrightable is the lyrics and the melody. So, yung chords, chord progression, backing track, background music, hindi kasama sa copyright yan. If you have a melody, you can pretty much change the chords underneath it. Tapos mag-work pa rin siya. Kaya maraming mga mash-up songs, diba? Parang, oh, ba't pasok pa rin to? You know? So, for that particular solo, I just needed something in G major. I needed something upbeat. Tapos, mostly, nasa bilang ng bara. Binagay ko yung flow ng music. Yung mga landing notes din, kailangan bumagay sa chords. So, if you want to change it totally, kaya.
Di po ba tatlong chords lang yun?
CDG dati, di ba? Ngayon, dalawa lang. Parang binaliktad lang yung chords. So, ibig sa CDG, naging CGD. Pero, alam mo, pasok pa rin. That's something that you can keep in mind when you write stuff. Right? Pwedeng ma-inspire yung melody and your lyrics with the backing track, but they're not married to the backing track. So, ibig sabihin nun, you can write and rewrite and change the mood of the song however you want. And it's still going to be the same song.
Pero ang ginawa niyo po ba yung Parañaque yung error din ba kayo?
Dito papasok yung music theory. Kasi, ngayon, pag alam mo yung music theory, then meron kang encyclopedia, meron kang dictionary, meron kang resource na pwede pagbunutan. Like, kailangan ko ng chord na bagay dito. So, pwede kong gamitin, pwede ito, pwede ito, pwede ito, pwede ito. So, meron akong pagpipilian na chords na pwede kong pagsunod-sunurin. And then from there, pwede ka na mag-build ng ibang chord progression na babagay sa ilalim. And then also, that will also depend on how experienced your ear is. Kasi kung sanay ka na 3 chords and rock and roll lang, yun yung sanay sa tenga mo, merong chords na parang, alam mo, mali sa pandinig. But if you are used to listening to a lot of different genres, mas bukas yung tenga mo, mas marami kang mapupulot na inspiration. Here's an example na walang maling chord. So for example, right? Very simple C major. Pababa lang yan. Walang maling chord. So, pero if you're not used to listening to those intervals, hindi mo maiisip gamitin yun. Yeah, so to answer your question, music theory yung tutulong sa'yo para mag-decide kung ano yung gagawin mong bagong backing track or bagong pang-ilalim sa melody. You can take your time learning it. You don't need to read the music theory book from cover to cover para malaman lahat. The way to use music theory is to play, experience, and find a problem or find an issue or find something that you don't understand. And then, when you find that thing, yung music theory yung mag-explain nun sa'yo. That music theory is the explanation. It's not the cause of music. It's not the start of the music. It's there to help you move forward. Pwede ko rin gawing minor yan. narinig ko yung difference, bilang parang ibang kanta. Pero same licks. Yan. Ang pinili ko doon is, instead of just 3 chords, 4 chords siya. So, tarararara. Ang top note is D. So, theory speak muna, no? So, minor 7. So, E minor 7. Right? So, technically, this is B minor 7. Or you can also think of this as G suspended G add 9 over B. Right? Kasi G yung dito sa taas. Okay. C add 9. Da, 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 da. Then G. Yeah. Da, da, da. And then from there, it can be as complicated as you want. Pwede magdagat 6 na chords, so 8 chords. Pwedeng gawa ng chord progression na walang umuulit hanggang sa buong solo. That's where theory comes in. It's a way to explain things, and it's also a way for you to expand on things.
How do you get out of a musical rut? Let's say you're not motivated to practice. It takes like a day, then becomes a week. Next thing you know, it's like months, and you haven't been practicing.
Motivation.
Yeah.
Okay, go back to why you started playing guitar in the first place. That will also explain why you're not motivated. Why did you start playing guitar?
Just want to replicate my Guitar Heroes.
Okay, so you got inspired by Guitar Heroes, and you wanted to be able to play it,
Yeah.
right? Are you not motivated right now?
Right now, yeah, in a way, like it's been maybe a week or almost a month that I haven't been practicing, and I just don't feel like picking up the guitar. in a way,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. What was the last song you played?
Probably Stairway to Heaven. I was just practicing Stairway.
Okay, now what was the last song that excited you?
Last time I got excited is probably when I wrote my own song.
You wrote your own song?
Like the last song I wrote. Then after a while, it's like no motivation. I couldn't even pick up the guitar to finish some other songs and stuff. So it's like, how do you stay motivated? How do you feel like picking up the guitar?
Okay, not to say that I play all the time, but I don't see the guitar as a chore. Right now, this is just something that I do. But that's not to say that I play guitar every waking hour. So sometimes I don't feel like playing the guitar. I do something else, and then I come back to it. That keeps it fresh, you know. Or I purposely step out of my comfort zone to experience other stuff. It doesn't have to be musical all the time. If you're not motivated to play or write music and stuff, then it's okay to step away for a little bit. You know, refresh, reset, you know, change of scene. Kasi usually you lose your motivation when you're frustrated, you can't realize what you're thinking, right? You have something that you want to do or to play or to create, but then it's not coming out, or it's not coming out the way you want. If you step away for a little bit, it's like looking at the picture and then stepping away, and then when you go back to it, you get fresh eyes, and then you can see, oh, this is what I've been missing. This is what I've been missing, right? But if you're like this, and then you're just trying to burnish it and beat it into submission, it gets more frustrating because you're really not going anywhere. When you're at that point where it feels like nothing is clicking, you're not progressing, you feel like you're in a rut, it's easy to think that you suck. Like, there's no point, right? When in reality, you just have to think back to, let's say, a month ago, right? Play something old. Play the very first song you wrote. Or the very first song you learned, right? And then see how that will give you a definite marker of how far you've come along, right? Because sometimes you need to remind yourself of where you were and where you are now. Because every time we learn something new, we're always struggling. We're always having a hard time. No, I can't get it. You know. And we need to remind ourselves that we're moving forward. It's that we it feels like we're running around in circles or we're running in place, but we really are not. In the rare case that you find yourself struggling to play your previous song, your very first song, that will give you a better idea of what you need to work on. When you look back, you're looking through experienced eyes. You're able to do things that you couldn't before, right? So when you do that, then you'll get a better grasp of where you are as a player, right? So right now, if you're not motivated, it's okay.
Step away for a while.
Step away for a while. Just don't feel guilty that you're not picking up your guitar and playing. But once in a while, pick it up and just feel it.
Just
right?
noodle around.
Yeah, noodle around. When you're practicing, there are 3 principles, which I call the 3 Ps. So pick up is the phase where you learn or research and learn, or you decide to learn something, right? Polish is getting it under your fingers. Play is you've already learned it, so you just enjoy the music you play. A lot of players go from pick up to play. They don't do polish, which is fun, but it's also frustrating. It delays your gratification of being to play better. So pick up, you do pick up practice when you are fresh, well rested, first thing in the morning. That way you're open to learning. You can focus. So when you're fresh, learn new stuff, right? New song, a new intro, a new lick, or listen to new music, right? Or go into the YouTube rabbit hole and just find new stuff. Polish is when you can focus, but you don't have to think as much. It's the training of the muscle memory. It's the repetition at the gym, right? It's running on the treadmill. So it is you programming all the moves in your fingers. Stuff that you've already picked up, but not quite under your fingers yet. So that might be, for some people, the A minor pentatonic scale. Or the A minor pentatonic scale in thirds, in triplets. Okay, or A minor pentatonic scale in triplets at a faster tempo. Or sweep picking, or just focus on one thing. Then play is when you turn your brain off and just
naturally
play, jam, play that song, perform. The play part is not the thing that you're currently working on, because that is frustrating, because you don't have it here yet. It's not here, right? So you play the songs that you already know. You play the songs that excite you, right? So for some people, it's just going on elevated jump tracks and hitting the playlist and just finding the key and just play. You don't think, just enjoy. Just let it all out. That's you vent. Basically, it's like musical venting, right? For professionals and professionals, that's gig time. When you're at the gig, you don't play the stuff that you're learning, and you don't learn new stuff at the gig. You play stuff that's already here. To help with your motivation, reflect on how you feel. When you determine that you're fresh, you want to focus, or you just want to be repetitive, or you don't want to think, right? Then choose accordingly to the stuff that you're working on, the stuff that you're working on. That way you get to enjoy this. I want to say that the best motivator is a new guitar.
I got that.
Usually that lasts for a week.
Yeah.
Because it's a new shiny new thing. Oh, sarap mo yan. After you've exhausted the shiny newness of it, whatever you're feeling comes out again. And then madadagdagan yung guilt na bago yung gitara ko, hindi ko hinahawakan. Sayang, diba? So you have to fix this first. Fix the underlying problem. Or you could buy a new pedal.
When you're ready for New Pedal Day, use discount code GCPerf10 at gcrockboard.com to get 10% off your entire order. You can use the code multiple times and there is no expiration date. Enjoy.
Warm up. For those of you who saw me at 19 East, ang warm up is ito. Okay, so parang mga kids. So, kasi what you want is to warm up the tendons and the muscles. Ang muscles ng kamay mo is nandito. Right? So this is the main muscle, tendons, all to the fingers. So treat it like you're working out. Right? So first is yan, one hand clapping, right? And then grabbing. After a while, mangangawit ito. Pag nangawit na yan, then rotate the wrists both ways, right? And then another way is the finger wave too, both ways. Yeah. After doing this, it doesn't take long, 10, 15 minutes, and this will luluwag dito. And then you'll find that mas maluwag yung galaw ng daliri. Nowadays, since I've been playing guitar for so long, I don't really warm up on the guitar. Hindi ko ginagawa to. Kasi yung scales ko tsaka yung galaw ng daliri nakaprogram na yan. Depending on where you are in your guitar journey, this will help you because you're still programming your fingers. You're still getting to know your guitar. You're still getting to know the scales. After you do this, the hand routine, then you can spend a few minutes just doing the spider walk, scales, or even something that's very easy. Warm up, it should be just that. If you're playing something difficult already, then it's not warm up. You're already working out. I would warm up maybe very slow. So you just want to move your fingers. So go up and down and then lateral naman. So you start with moving all your fingers and then go into your scales. So actually, even before I go to scales, I'll start with 4 fingers and then 3 fingers. One shape lang. 1, 2, 4. 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. And then 2 fingers at a time. 1, 2. 1, 3. 1, 4. Tapos pahirap ng pahirap. 2, 4. 3, 4. Okay. So when you get to this part, this is already a workout. Okay, this is no longer warm up. Okay, this is a workout, and then from there, stretches. 1, 2, 3 with a stretch. Ito. Okay, and then 1, 2, 4 with the stretch. 1, 3, 4 with the stretch. Right. And depending on what you're working on, yung mga stretch beyond these, specialized na. Like for example, a 1, 2, 4 na stretch na ganyan. This is for Malmsteen, Phrygian dominant. I do the hardest ones last kasi you don't really need it. So that's just a workout. It's just for you to condition your hand. But there's very little practical use. So I'd rather work on the practical shapes more than the the specialized shapes. Kasi when you work on the specialized shapes, then you're working on specific things for you, like a specific solo or a specific scale or a specific song. So, saka na yan. Another thing that guitarists are too concerned with is yung scale, but we forget the string to string. Like, it's weird, but this helps you move across the strings easier. So instead of going one string, one finger per string.
It's like arpeggio.
Tapos balik na rin. Right? Depending on what you play, if you need to grab chords quickly, you can also go with right? So instead of you go chords now. And these sound bad. It's not inspiring. It's not inspiring to listen to. But then this is all like physical stuff that to work your fingers, right? And then at that point, you've already given your hand a workout. I don't do this every day. Ito, yung mga pinakita mong exercise. I don't do it every day because this will take you 20 to 30 minutes. And at the end of that, parang either nauusa ka na ng time, kailangan mo nilakad ka na, di ba? But I try to do it once a week, once every 2 weeks, just to, parang ka nag-gym.
Is it really necessary sa setup? Ganun ba ka-importante sa basic setup yung ampli? If I can make it sa aking pedal board or sa aking digital multi-effects processor, or yung processor itself can replace yung entire setup, including yung ampli.
So sa tour na to, ang gamit ko ay Neural DSP, Nano Cortex. Okay, so nakasaksak ako diretso sa mixer, tapos naririnig niyo to through the head rush, full range speakers, saka yung speakers na sa likod. For this, hindi ako gumagamit ng guitar amp. Ang guitar amp ko nasa multi-effects processor. Ang sagot sa tanong mo is, depende sa gamit. Ano yung scenario? What is the purpose? Ang purpose ko for this trip is to have a small, portable, great sounding rig na pwede kong isaksak kahit saan ako magpunta. Right? Kasi punta akong Pilipinas, may gig ako kagabi, may punta akong Japan, may workshops din ako doon. Pag nagtutour ka, hindi mo alam kung ano yung meron. Hindi mo alam kung ano yung available. Tapos minsan, hindi nabibigay yung hinihingi mo. So, kung yung pedal board mo nakaset up para gumamit ng amp, tapos dumating ka sa gig, walang amp, yari ka. Di ba? So, in that scenario, ang sagot sa tanong mo is yes, pwede palitan ng multi-effects yung buong rig. Pero, yung ganitong setup, matagal ko nang ginagawa. Pretty much, yung gig ko every weekend sa LA, ginagawa nila ngayon na all-in-one rig, tapos sasaksak na lang sa house. Yung parang yung setup nila Fidel kagabi. Diba? Nasa computer sila, tapos line out na lang. Diba? Matagal ko nang ginagawa yan. Tapos naka-in-ears and all that. Mabilis ang setup, consistent yung tunog, mabilis kayo makakauwi. Kaya yung maglakas na hindi aangal yung audience dahil parang process na yung tunog eh. Parang nakikinig na ng malakas ng DJ, even though banda kayo. Ang pros nun is convenience. Tapos noong 2022, umuwi ako dito, tumugtog ako sa 19 East, gamit ko Rev Generator 120 na half stack. Galing sa guitar pusher, right? Tapos yung master volume niya naka-alas 12 tsaka alauna. Lakas. Yeah, pang Philippine Arena yung lakas. Sa 19 East. Tapos nun, ang saya. Masaya ito. Pagbalik ko sa US, balik ako sa dati kong setup, multi-effects, in-ears. Sa gitna ng gig, hindi ko alam kung bakit, pero parang asar na asar ako. Hindi ko ma-figure out kung bakit. Until nagkaroon kami ng isang gig, outdoor gig, sa desert. Dala ko yung soldano ko na tube amp, kasi pwedeng maglakas. Pag on ko ng amp, tapos unang chord pa lang. Doon ko na-realize, ito yung hinahanap ko. So hinahanap ko yung tactile feel na merong amp dyan na tinutulak yung pantalon ko. And then also, yung feel na immediate. Kasi kahit gaano kaganda yung digital, merong maliit na latency, na disconnect, na, alam mo yun, makakompensate mo, pero hindi pa rin siya tube amp na nakarekta ka, na sobrang na maganda yung tunog. In that scenario, kung maselan ka dito, maselan ka sa tactile touch, hindi kaya kahit ng pinakamahal na multi-effects ring, yung palitan yung tube amp. Diba? Kaya lang, hassle, mabigat, malaki, malakas, maraming aangal, diba? Pero masaya ka. So, yun yung trade-off, right? Kasi kahit itong nano-cortex ko, yung kinapture ko yung soldano ko. So technically, naririnig nyo ngayon yung soldano ko na nasa bahay. Pero tinutugtog ko siya. Napakompensate ko sa playing ko yung tunog na process na tapos na siya. Pag narinig nyo sa backing track, kung pikit nyo yung mata nyo, parang kayo nakikinig ng playback sa Spotify or iba. Parang hindi ako totoong tumutugtog dito. Mas mahirap sa akin yun as a performer kasi ang mindset ko sa akin galing hero na tunog pero yung pinalalabas ko process na tunog na. Diba? So, nandun yung disconnect dito. Yun yung two sides of that coin to your question. I will always recommend getting a tube amp para alam nyo kung ano yung nami-miss nyo. Kasi hindi ka pwede mag-judge ng tone kung na-experience mo lang yung model, amp model. Thank you so much.